Okay, so normally not a big fan of having two people fight who are very monochromatic. So if you were to look at a fight like this, you're going to see a giant ripped dude in red and a squiggly dude in red, pretty much wrapped all around him. When this was first pitched to me, I thought, this is going to be a cakewalk. It reminded me of when Hulk took on Mr. Fantastic, and I want to say one of the Contest of Champion issues. Reed was like, I've got this. I know how to beat Hulk. Hulk needs air. So he entirely engulfs Hulk in his body. And Hulk's like, no. At which point he then inhales all of Reed Richards. Begins to compress Reed within his lungs. And then spits him out. Yes, so the Hulk both swallows Reed Richards and spits him out, and Reed is just all mangled and contorted. And I was like, well, this is how this fight would probably go. No, Plastic Man's abilities supersede anything that Reed can do with his natural abilities. I say natural abilities because Reed could probably develop some sort of technology to give him the abilities Plastic Man has, but it's... wow, I gained a brand new respect for everything Plastic Man doing this sort of so we're right in this. Juggernaut, we kind of understand who he is. Gem of Sidorak, Kane Marco. So he's got, you know, he's top tier in vulnerability. Super strength. I mean, look at him. He is jacked. I've often looked at him as he is the tank in the Marvel Universe. I mean, he's got, beyond just the natural durability he has from the gem, he's got the impenetrable force field. He does not require food. He does not require sleep. He does not get tired. And he has mystically enhanced strength. On the other side, you got Plastic Man. Eel was his criminal name. He, Master Detective, because why not? His abilities include shapeshifting. Yeah, he's not just an elongated man, he can shapeshift. And by that, if he can think of it, he can become it. He can become a giant. So technically, Plastic Man could fight Godzilla if he wanted to. Also, functionally immortal. He was broken down, I want to say, at the atomic or molecular level, and strewn across the ocean. Was brought back together 3,000 years later, and he was alive. Since he has perfect control over his body, he actually can also become, ready for this, super strong. And his ability to stretch is virtually limitless. So, let's get right into this. First and foremost, intelligence. Juggernaut Kane Marco normally isn't considered a highly intelligent individual, but you've got Plastic Man, who ironically, like so many other characters in the DC Universe, is a master detective. He's one of the few meta-humans that Batman is okay with working with. And that says a lot. If Batman's like, yeah, I need some help on this, I'm going to call in the Flash and I'll call him Barry Allen Flash and probably Plastic Man. Plastic Man, shut up. Quit doing one-liners. Now for fighting ability. And guess what, a Juggernaut? Probably because the way Plastic Man normally is written, except for when he was in Flashpoint, he's more of a happy-go-lucky, he's not really a fisticuff sort of guy. He's the guy who's going to do some weird stretchy things to take somebody out. Or make himself super jacked and just knock somebody out. And he faces a lot more regular sort of supervillains, except of course when he was part of the Justice League. Strength. I think it's going to, I mean, it's giving Juggernaut strength. Yes, Plastic Man can augment his strength, take down a mystically enhanced individual who's known for his strength and durability. Speed. Here's Plastic Man. Juggernaut, big, relatively slow, all things considered. Plastic Man, since he can make himself a rocket, he can become any shape that he needs, any size that he needs, any ability that he needs. I mean, he has the ability to be significantly faster than what we're going to see from Juggernaut. Invulnerability. Give this to Juggernaut. Probably because we've seen Juggernaut knocked unconscious but it takes a tremendously powerful individual. We're talking like an onslaught level individual. He's taking some good shots from people like Hulk. You know, he's survived being taken to God Blast, being slammed in by Mjolnir. And Plastic Man, well, guess what? Plastic Man immune to mental attacks, because he doesn't have any organs. Immune to the majority of bludgeoning attacks. Heat, cold. I mean, you can't cut him, you can't stab him. Because his body is like, ha! It's like I'm stabbing meringue. But he has been torn apart. Took Doomsday to do it, and he has been atomized. So his vulnerability, while being incredibly high, I'd still put it slightly less than Juggernaut with his impenetrable force field. Durability, you know, one of the few times I'm actually do this. I am tying him on this one. I am. They both heal very, very quickly. Do not require oxygen. Do not require food. Do not require sleep. Do not get tired. One, mystically imbued to not get exhausted. Other one has no organic tissue. No lactic acid. Their durability is identical. You know, I can't say, well, you know, the two people who don't get tired, who recover very quickly, and recover from, you know, one was atomized and strewn across the ocean, and then when brought back together, was still alive. That's functional immortality on both sides. EP, they don't have any. Versatility. Yep, so the Plastic Man. The reason I'm getting at the Plastic Man is the fact that his abilities allow him to do almost anything. I mean, you give this guy a Green Lantern ring and that's it. Give him a Green Lantern ring and give him an artist and a writer who just goes, what if? What? What if? What if? What if? He can do whatever he wants. Whatever he can imagine to be, he can be. If he needs help, there's the ring to help him figure out whatever small abilities that he needs. When Martian Manhunter went rogue and destroyed pretty much the entire Justice League, Plastic Man stopped him. Yes, Plastic Man was able to pretty much engulf and wrap his body around a flaming Martian Manhunter. And he's like, I will telepathically attack. Wait, what? He doesn't have a brain. Well, that's not a nice thing to say. Well, it's rubber. When Circe was turning everyone into pigs, and she's like, haha, I polymorph you. And he's like, oh, that's neat. Bloop. Hi. Pig. Bloop. Hi. How come I can't control you? I'm a shapeshifter. And I'm comprised of rubber. I have no organic material. So now X Factor. I went back and forth on this one a lot. Most people give it to Plastic Man. They're like, oh, BFR. I hate BFR. That's battlefield removal for those unfamiliar with that terminology. With BFR, it's essentially, well, I'm stronger, I throw you into the sun. Oh. Or it's, I'm faster, I fly you into the sun. Or it's, I'm faster, and I momentum chuck you into the sun. I don't like those fights. Be like Verified with Silver Surfer went, faster than speed of light, grab my opponent, fly him into a black hole, fly back and land. Oh. In a fraction of a femtosecond, it's done. Oh. That's not really neat. Well, he could totally do that. So back and forth, I'm like, well, I know in Flashpoint, Plastic Man hit himself inside somebody's body and then proceeded to come out and then pretty much just tore the person inside out. It was Tower of Babel, where effectively they had someone else help guide his finger to go through Wonder Woman's ear to remove the small device that I think was next to her, that was on her brain or on her eye, which gave her the constant issues in a constant fight, which is going to effectively kill her. I was like, well, could he do that to Juggernaut? Well, impenetrable force field. And he's taking someone who doesn't require oxygen. So the only thing Plastic Man could effectively do is try to find a way to break through a mystical, enchanted force field and then make his way somehow into Kane Marco's brain, scramble his brain, and stop him. So he has to get past a mystic force field. Okay? And then find enough space in between the helmet of Juggernaut and the auditory canal, unless he wants to go through the nose, because this appears to be an easier way to go through the nose, and then go through the nose and up into the brain. But he still has to get past a mystically imbued force field. Now, Juggernaut's going to punch and he's going to kick Plastic Man. It's not going to do anything. However, Doomsday has torn Plastic Man apart. And it was enough to stun Plastic Man until he pulled back together again. I have a feeling that Juggernaut, given the fact that he has mystic-based powers, could potentially get to a point where he might be able to actually tear Plastic Man. Which is going to be enough to shock Plastic Man. Probably not to fully defeat him, but it's going to be enough for him to potentially get a victory in this. Because I was like, if Plastic Man just tries to wrap up Juggernaut, Juggernaut's going to walk around with the dude wrapped around him. It would be very similar to when my favorite Spider-Man story. Spider-Man is fighting Juggernaut. Juggernaut's trying to get a Madam Web. And Spider-Man's trying everything he can to do it. And Juggernaut's like, yeah, no, I don't care. Spider-Man's webbing things, webbing buildings. And Juggernaut's just, no. I'm at point A, she is at point B. I'm going. Just going through buildings. And Spider-Man's doing everything he can. Juggernaut finally gets there, and Spider-Man's like, I did everything I can. I could not beat this guy. Juggernaut's like, alright, I'm taking you, Madam Web. Okay. She needs a chair to live. I'm not carrying all that stuff back with me. Then Juggernaut leaves. So, Spider-Man did everything he could and could not stop Juggernaut. Juggernaut was victorious. I picture a similar thing with Plastic Man. Plastic Man, unless he goes entirely out of character, could defeat Juggernaut. But he has to go out of character. Where Juggernaut, being entirely in character, is capable of defeating Plastic Man. It's not going to be a short fight. It's not going to be a pretty fight. It's going to be Juggernaut doing everything he can, but like, I cannot beat this guy. And then Sidrock going, are you kidding me? Alright, I'm making you stronger. Just tear this dude in half. And then he's just going to script. And it's going to be enough Plastic Man to go, alright, fine. Pulls back together again and go, alright. Fine, you win. I'm going to go stop some crime now, okay? So I think if these two were to fight, it's going to be a long, hard fight. I think Juggernaut has the potential to be able to defeat Plastic Man.